for the next episode.
So let's back away from that problem and look at a way of justification as enumerative induction. Enumerative induction works in the following way. So it had a premise of, in a large sample, all observed F's are G, and had a conclusion, therefore all F's are G. Hume stated his skepticism towards this approach. So he uses the following argument. First, a matter of fact claim about the future is justified only if it is supported by an inductive argument. Second, an inductive argument of this form justifies its conclusion only if we are independently justified in accepting the uniformity of nature. And third, uniformity of nature is a matter of fact claim about the future. For the uniformity of nature is justified only if it is supported by an inductive argument. And 5. The uniformity of nature is a premise in every inductive argument. 6. So an inductive argument for the uniformity of nature would be circular. And 7. Circular arguments never justifies their conclusions. 8. So the uniformity of nature cannot be justified. And 9. So inductive arguments never justifies their conclusions. And 10. So matter-of-fact claims about the future are never justified. P.F. Strawson had different views regarding induction. He believed that it is wrong for us to try to provide a justification for induction. We have accepted it as a legit form of justification, not for deductive reasoning, but for our daily usage. A justification, in his view, will lead to infinite regress, creating circular problems. However, he does not believe we should not use induction due to its lack of deductive justification. Our recognition of induction, he believes, is in its self-evident nature. Nelson Goodman's response to the problem of justifying predictions on future based on induction over past observation is that our understanding might not be enough. He introduced grew and blean to illustrate his point. An object is grew if it is green before a certain date, say March the 25th, and blue after this date. An object is blean if it is blue before the date of March 25th and green after that date. If all observed objects are green, we might infer that all of them are green. However, we might as well infer that all of them are grew, since grew and green align before the given date. Thus, we need a more reliable selection of predictors to address the problem of induction. Next, let us move on to deontological justification. It is stated in the following form, as is justified in believing that P, if and only if, as is not obliged to refrain from believing that P. There are objections that deontological justification presupposes that we can have a sufficiently high degree of control over our beliefs. The idea is that belief simply arises in or happen to us. Therefore, beliefs are not so suitable for deontological evaluations. Deontological justifications replies to these objections stated that the lack of control over our beliefs is no obstacle to thinking of justification as a deontological status. Others believe that we enjoy no less control over our beliefs than we do over our intentional actions. There are other objections that the ontological justification cannot suffice for an agent to have a justified belief.